We're live.
We sure are. We in here by ourselves.
Yeah. We talking to the wall.
Yep, it just finally popped up on my thing. I'm the only one in here. You gonna talk to me?
I guess. You ain't in here yet.
Yeah,
There
I
comes
am.
somebody.
I'm one in a live chat.
I don't think you. I bet it ain't on the same one.
No, this one says waiting for lazy acres.
You're gonna have
Hold
to go
on.
out. And there comes somebody else.
Yep, here we go.
I
Now
don't
I'm
know.
in.
I don't know who's in here, but there's somebody in here
Hey,
watching.
Miss Paula, how are ya? I liked your comment about my voice yesterday.
Yeah, turn your volume down.
I will. I'm gonna give this a like before I forget.
Yeah, but I looked at her and I said, "Well, I don't know about that because I went to bed that night and went to sleep."
You said you woke up how? Well, me not talking. Hey, Miss
Hmm.
Red, how are you?
Well, hey.
Paula says too funny. You want to tell him your story about Tom the turkey and you
Oh, good God, you
pulling
ain't
the?
gonna talk about that now, are you?
Yeah.
I
Y'all want
needed
to
the
hear one?
video camera
If
for that and
if y'all want to
to
hear,
prove it.
yeah, no lie. But if y'all want to hear one of my funny stories, let me know so he won't be ill at me. Glenn, you're just old enough you may not remember it. That's what
I think
Paula
I still
said.
remember that.
That's one thing you won't never forget.
That's right.
Oh, me, he's mid 80s, so he could meet women
No, he was in his 90s.
in his 90s.
Yeah,
I couldn't remember.
in 93.
I couldn't remember how old he was.
And he didn't want to go there to meet women, but he met one while he was there, a young nurse, and tried to chase her.
Paula said, "Oh, but you could have messed with him so much."
Mhm.
Well, I got to tell y'all this story. I don't know. Might ought to wait till a few more people get in here, but it's funny as crap. I mean,
I don't
funny.
know about it being
Well, it's
funny,
not
but
funny. It what didn't start off funny. It started off very sad, but then
mhm.
it wound up funny. I mean, it's still not funny for the poor old chicken, but
Yeah, and say now that cats ain't the only things got multiple lives.
Red said I missed it. What happened? We hadn't told it yet. I was asking if y'all wanted me to tell it because Glenn said no, don't tell it. But it was funny, and Paula said it's crap funny, and it's a good thing.
Sometimes.
Crap is a good thing, especially when you used it on a lot of stuff. But here's the story. Glenn was moving the chicken house, the house, and Tom was standing and there's a
Well, there was
middle.
a whole gang of chickens there around him, and I just couldn't see them all.
Yep. And so one of the middle thing that runs across, one of the chickens got in behind it and couldn't move. So he pulled over it with the little wood thing. Well, Tom was over there with his big old foot giving the chicken CPR. Then after he pumped the chicken's chest about 10 times with his big old foot, then he lays down on it. Well, Glenn thought the chicken had died, and then Tom started pecking at its foot, so he gets it up and puts it in the back of the Articat. And he told me and Stevie come by.
He's in here.
Well, hey Stevie, glad you got in here. I'm telling the chicken story. But come to find out, the chicken was alive. So,
I done hauled it around the farm on the back of the Artie cat and everything,
and
and
the cats tried to get it.
went to the barn to put my buckets up, and it was sitting in the bucket, sitting up looking around. So I had to go back to the chicken lot and put it back in the chicken house.
Yep, I got it up and was keeping her warm till he got done what he was doing and ready to go back down there. So she actually got really warm with me holding her, but she's fine. I mean, she was looking around and trying to fly off and everything, but I couldn't believe Tom in that foot.
I needed the video. I needed my camera that time.
Red said LOR CPR turkey.
Mhm.
It hadn't have been so. I mean, it was getting close to dark by the time we done thought the chicken was dead, but that was funny. She was like, "What happened? LOL." No doubt, cause she was sitting there and the cat got in the middle of Artie and was coming towards her, and I seen the cat just in time to run it off, cause I mean the cat's nose and the chicken's head was about this far away from one another, and I thought, well, I can't leave her here; she's gonna get eaten by the cat. But I thought that was just it ain't funny, it's sad, but because usually I'm in there, but I couldn't be down there whenever he first started moving them, so he thought, well, I'll just go ahead and move them because he's done it before and ain't nothing happened. But yeah,
Crap happened.
yep, crap happens. It ain't always good, but it happened.
Yep. Well, it wasn't bad.
No, he turned out with a good ending.
Mhm.
But I just couldn't believe Tom and that big old foot just pushing on her. That was the funny part. Well, yeah, we've been extremely cold today. We was at like,
No, it's warm today compared to yesterday.
yeah, compared to yesterday, but it's still cold today.
It's about 7, 8 degrees warmer today.
Mm-hmm. It's still cold though. Stevie said you better keep Tom around on me. Might need to give Mr. Lazy CPR next time he lays out in the pasture. Because ain't nothing wrong with him. It's going to be. Scare me like that.
Yeah, my neighbor out here done said the same thing when he heard about it. He said, "You better keep that turkey. It's keeping the animals alive."
um, Red said, I hollered Yella the other day. Cooper sat up, looked at me, and barked. Yella, it was so clear. The bonus burst out laughing.
I tell you what, animals is more amazing than a lot of people give them credit for.
Exactly, because especially them that they've got on YouTube whenever they say, I love you to somebody. I mean, you can hear that just plain as day. I know I went and seen this thing of this dog actually holding a bottle, baby bottle, feeding a baby goat the other day, and I thought that was the neatest thing.
Well, you know, that old lady up there at the
She
Walmart
said,
that day said that her dog would say that.
yeah, yeah, there was this old lady in Walmart and she couldn't reach the thing. And I mean, she was just a little old bitty, tiny, sweet lady. And Glenn said, is there anything I can help you with? And she said, yeah. I said, I need just a couple more inches. She couldn't, a couple more wouldn't have helped her. But
No, she's about a foot below it. So.
you know, Glenn went and got it. Whatever it was is a treat or something she was wanting
Yeah,
for a
something
dog.
for her dog, and
But she was so appreciative. You could tell had nobody ever helped her do
she's
anything
getting ready to
like
climb
that.
up the shelves to get it. And I bet you the woman was what, 80?
Yeah, every bit of it.
I mean, she was kind of pitiful looking, but
She really was, but she was just so appreciative about him getting it. And
she
then
couldn't she couldn't hardly see above the handlebar on the cart.
nope. I bet you she wasn't, but what, maybe a foot taller than the cart?
Maybe
I mean, she
she'd
was a
push it
little
to
old
be a
bitty
foot.
tiny woman, but she was so sweet.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked to her for probably about 30 minutes there in the aisle.
And then every time we met her all over the store, she'd be just smiling.
Yep. But she kept thanking us, and just she was just exceptionally sweet.
Yep.
Uh-oh, they're saying signal isn't good tonight. Is something going on with the box? He had trouble getting it online
Let me
before
put
we
it back over
started,
yonder.
and that was supposed to be boys burst out laughing, Red said. We were at 18 degrees this morning. We was supposed to be at what, like 20?
21, something like that, I think.
Supposed to be at like 20 or 21. And I know there was ice everywhere because my sister didn't even go to work this morning to start off with until the roads cleared because she didn't work. She's supposed to work 12 hours and she didn't work but 8. But Glenn's putting the internet box back over yonder. So I hope the signal gets better. We are still okay, ain't we? Can y'all still see us and hear us? I know it ain't come up with nothing up here on the laptop. Is everybody still in here?
Turn your volume up a little bit and see if it's working.
Yeah, it is. But nobody's responding.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, there they are.
You're gonna have to get down to the bottom of the thing to see
I
them
thought
move up.
I
Lord have mercy.
was. Wouldn't y'all love living with me full time? Oh me. Stevie said, "Yeah, they're amazing talking about dogs, and you better quit shaking your head, or you gonna be
I
sleeping
done
with
quit it before
Coco."
you even said anything.
No, well, you wasn't on here. There's
That's
where I
beside the
seen you.
point. You behind on there.
Red said, "Ours tries so hard to talk. Tiki will fuss at Travis telling him to go to bed. Tank will walk in the room and say hello. Cooper says, I love you, and now yellow. I know Corky used to, whenever he was ready to go to bed, he would go to the bedroom and then he'd come to the end of the hall and sit and look at us. Then he'd go back to the bedroom. Then he'd come back down to the end of the hall and sit and look at us. He used to have this game he'd play with Glenn. Whenever he'd start to see Glenn's foot go in the bed, he would take off running and jump in the bed and lay down on Glenn's side of the bed on his back with his paws up in the air wanting him to pet him.
On my pillow.
Yep, on his pillow. Now Corky would do that every single night, and then he'd crawl across me, and I'd pet him for a few minutes, and then he'd go to his bed. But now Glenn was driving the truck then, and whenever Glenn was gone in the truck, Corky slept in Glenn's spot right behind me and kept an eye on me all the time. He was so amazing. I miss him so bad. Paula said it's just not picking up very good. Is it picking up better now? And Red said it was in the 30s in Virginia this morning. Paula said, yeah, they said they could hear us.
Oh,
It just isn't as good as normal.
are you down at the bottom?
Yeah, see?
Okay. I know how you are to be way up the screen.
Well, I'm not this time. Stevie said, yeah, doing good. Paula says, Lord help me.
Me too. Please.
Red said, LOL, that's funny. And Paula said, yeah. Sometimes I really should be a blonde.
Sometimes you should be in a mental institution.
Yep, because of
That needs turning just a little, and I think pull down just a little.
yep, your hat's shading your eyes.
Well, I can't help it.
But yeah, it was cold, and I knew it was going to be icy here. It's supposed to be cold again tonight. I didn't lock my phone again.
Yep.
But it's supposed to be what, 20, or is it in the 30s tonight? I just know it's supposed to be cold again tonight. I was thinking it was like in its 20s. Gosh, I look pale. But yeah, we was planning on
21.
going live last night, 21.
What it's showing, 32 degrees now. It's supposed to be down to 21.
Okay, Stevie says, I saw somebody driving like the Duke boys on the video a while. Talking about one oh crazy fart.
Did you hear one scream?
Oh man, I wasn't expecting that. April, it's your turn next. Hey, I can do them with the best of them. Whenever we went to Florida, we went to a couple of these race car tracks, and we had a ball on them. And shoot, especially that one slick track, I just loved them. So I can do it. Red says, I'm so thankful for our gas heat. Yes, me too. Well, ours ain't gas, but I'm thankful for our heat. I know sometimes I watch that stuff, Wonder, where people get stuck out in extreme conditions for days on end and they make it. And I'm sitting there and I ain't never, because it's actually true stories. They're reenacting true stories of what's happened to people. And addicted to diving. Hello.
Hey,
We
she
tried
got
to
it
go.
right. Yeah, we tried to get in your live stream earlier today, but I couldn't get nothing but a black screen.
We sure did. Cats Bledsoe, hello, nice to have you in here. This is the first time we've seen you in here.
Well,
But,
howdy, howdy.
yep, welcome, and we hope you enjoy. So, are you going to tell them what day we're planning on doing the giveaway?
Well, you never did tell me for sure which day you
Well,
wanted
that
to do
day's
it.
fine, the 1st.
I reckon we're going to try to get everything ready and do a giveaway on March the 1st for our 500 subscribers. I ain't figured out exactly how we're going to get it all done yet, but
Well, we know what we're going to give away, and we know what
well,
day.
we're pretty sure we know what we're going to give away.
Yep, but
If things don't change.
yep. And she said, Dick did the diving. That was awesome. We tried to get on there, and sorry it didn't work. I don't know if you had done ended it. I know people were talking because he just went in and said, "Oh, Addicted to Diving's on live. You want to go in?" And then it come up, and there was a few comments about something. So I don't know if you done ended it or if.
Well, it was still showing, counting up like she was online, but it was just a black screen.
Yep, I don't know what happened.
Unless it's like unless they do like we do and try to set it up and have to get on a different one. Well, hello, neighbor.
Yeah, hello, Hot Rod. Red said Travis is under my insurance. I told him drive like he had some sense or he can pay his own insurance bill.
Mm-hmm.
I quit driving in my late 40s, but I still have my ID. I've still got mine, and I don't drive a whole lot. Because my feet and everything, I just feel safer with him. And Addicted Diamond said, sorry it didn't work. Welcome to the nut house, Paula says.
Going down there and say, I think she said she had one and then started another one.
Progress, and then Paula says, "Oh, I just now saw 5:15. Yes, we got
Yeah.
5:15." And Hot Rod said, "Glad you got it going on." Yeah, he finally got it to work, and I was telling him he's having trouble with it. She said, "Thanks." Cats Bledsoe said, "Thanks for the welcome." Addicted to Diving said, "I had one that I did, and then I started another one. So maybe you guys came in between or something."
Evidently, I went
Yep.
out and went back in 3 or 4 times and looked, and it didn't show near the other one while I was there. But
Yep.
then I had to get out and go get hay, or we had to get hay put in some pastures today,
And then Red said, "We're having our giveaway after our next video. I'm putting names on the wheel of names." Well, we're going to have to make
well,
sure
maybe we need to get her to show us to figure out how to do that wheel of names.
Yeah, that's what Star said. We need to watch what she's doing.
Yeah.
And Stevie said, "Cats, I saw you had chicken videos. I just subscribed to you." Well, that's very nice, Stevie.
Who?
Stevie and
who?
Cats.
Oh,
Cats Bledsoe.
okay.
Yeah, he likes his chickens. He's actually got a beautiful rooster I'd like to have. And y'all all know Elvis, Phyllis, and Geronimo. Well, we're gonna have to change two of them's names because they're all three girls. They're all laying eggs now, and we can't have an Elvis laying eggs.
Or Geronimo.
You're a Geronimo.
Geronimo will come back and scap you.
Uh-huh. Give me a boy's name. Throw eggs at me. Poop, poop.
Yeah.
Be like firing a cannon.
That was something else on that live stream.
Yeah.
I was watching the live stream today, and the people was giving him super chats, and when they'd give him super chat, his wife was smacking him in the face, and somebody put on their eggs, so she got the eggs out and started busting eggs on top of his head, and they really started putting the super chats in, and then she run out of eggs, so she went and got mustard and barbecue sauce, flour. I don't know what all she got and
Sugar.
poured on top of that man's head, and him sitting there, and it got in his eyes so bad he was crying and had to quit.
I told him I was gonna put a shock collar on him and do that.
Uh,
There was one on
No,
Facebook.
I'm gonna be like her. I'm gonna be the one doing the punishing.
No. You can keep your temper better than I can.
That's right. That's the reason I'm gonna be the one doing the stuff.
We don't
'Cause
want no
you get mad
X-rated
and get
show.
worse.
I know I was watching one and this man was talking about how good he knew his relationship to his wife. And so he got a shock collar and put it on. Said, I'm gonna prove it to her. She's gonna ask me questions about our relationship, and every time I get it wrong, she's gonna shock me and then up the voltage on it. He got plenty of shocks, trust me.
Yeah, his whole face, head and all was
His
turning red.
chest was turning red too. It was hurting so bad. I mean, you could see it. It's awful.
Hold it straight. Now flop it over to the side and right back up. Now, how many times I have to show you?
It won't do it. I
Like
flopped it
this.
everywhere.
See how easy?
I need to fix it. Non-rotating.
Yeah, you keep saying that.
Uh-huh.
You never do it.
Uh-huh. Willie's in the house. Hello, Willie.
Well, howdy, Willie.
And Addicted to Diving said, congratulations. Stevie says, you're welcome, cats. And Willie's here.
Well,
And
you way
then,
behind.
yeah, I know we was talking. Well, I do another one just for you guys. Well, we'll be there. And Red says, I'm keeping mine until Travis turns 32. His insurance will be cheaper, and then I can turn my driver's license in. I'm going to keep mine in case I need to go somewhere, because I don't mind driving close or anything, which is still not good, but I ain't going to give mine up for a while, I don't think.
Yeah, I get scared riding with her on the Arctic Cat across the pasture.
Mm-hmm. Paula says, why don't y'all do a collaboration giveaway? Put all the names on one wheel at Red's. Well, I hadn't even thought about that. That'd be a good idea. Red says, I'm giving one mug, one t-shirt, and one hat away. I love all y'all's stuff because I love y'all's name. I love your channel name. I absolutely love it. Addicted to Diving. What are you giving away, or is it a surprise? Well, we're going to keep it a surprise right now.
Yep.
Just in case we decide to change our mind. But
yeah. Because we keep still looking, and we don't have no shirts or nothing like that yet. So we've got an idea of what we're going to do if something else don't pop up.
Yeah. And Paula said, dang, what channel? If you're talking about the eggs and all that stuff, that was with Blood X.
Yeah.
And I know the one with the guy, the shock collar was on Facebook. It wasn't on YouTube. It was actually on Facebook. I didn't know which one you was asking about, so. And Red said the t-shirts and hat says kiss my grass. Red says LOL, shocking experience.
Mm-hmm.
You should have seen him. I mean, she'd hit that thing, especially after the third time, and she turned it up 3 times. He was bald. And the whole top of his head, his face, his neck, all the way down to about half, middle way at his chest area, it was just blood red. And you could see the redness going away, and then she'd shock him again, and he'd just come right back. But it was funny. And Paula said you said that last night. About what?
She might be talking to somebody else.
She might have been. But I didn't know she was talking about the giveaway or what.
Well, we wasn't on here last night.
Froze screen. Or free screen. Red says, I'll message you the link for the wheel and where I made our merchandise from. Thank you, Red. Thank you. Appreciate that. I don't know what she's talking about. Oh, you said you'd. Oh, yeah, I did. I mentioned that and I forgot. She's talking about me freezing the rotation.
Oh, yeah.
'cause I figured that's the easiest way, and I've always had a problem whenever it flips. I mean, it ain't just on here. I don't know. I can't never get it to flip back. But I always, if I'm watching YouTube on it, I want it sideways so I can see a bigger picture. So I'm gonna have to get in the habit of freezing and unfreezing it. And before anybody asks, we still haven't got our seeds planted. I don't know where our son's at in here. But he's not in here tonight. Hey, we got
He
11
not.
people in here.
Yeah, we was up 12.
Oh,
And then
really?
you got quiet.
Well, I'm sorry. I was
Yeah.
reading everything. Yes, please, everybody, give us a thumbs up. And I was
Yeah.
going to tell y'all another reason why we've been going live so much is because we need to get some hours up.
Yeah, for the amount of subscribers we got and everything, our hours ain't really that great. But
Well, we
I
went for
mean,
almost 2 weeks with just rain, 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 and wasn't able to put
well,
up no
that's true
videos.
too.
But
But I know some people, has got more hours when they get up to 500 subscribers and stuff like that's what I'm going by. And I mean, I know we ain't put out videos like a lot of them too, so that's got a lot to do with it.
thank you, Stevie, for that thumbs up. Appreciate it. Cause believe it or not, thumbs up on the videos really do help. And thank you, Miss Katz.
Or that's what everybody says. Now, I don't know that much about it.
Yep. Mine is done because I was sick for over a month and had no voice. I know how that is. I was afraid. Glenn done made the comment yesterday because mine was so scratchy. And I don't know. I woke up and I just sneezed like 4 or 5 times, and they was just real hard sneezes. And I don't know if that's what done it or what, because my throat actually felt sore yesterday.
You blew your brain out.
You always said I didn't have one, so that don't count. Remember what you told the
Yeah,
doctor?
I
But
remember.
but I know I woke up this morning and my throat wasn't sore, my voice was fine, and everything. But Glenn told me yesterday, they said, "Well, I guess it'll be a while before we get to do a video or get to go live."
Yeah, 'cause usually when she starts out, it takes about a week or two.
Yes, addicted to diving. My name is April. And Red says sneezing is hard and can damage your voice some. Well, I know it was bad, and I know my throat, it wasn't on this side, it was all on this side right here where it was hurting. And then he puts me out there in the Arctic and didn't tell me we was going to go around. He said, let's just go yee-haw, and I
Hey,
about
that's
flew
what
out the
keeps your
side.
voice.
You think that's what helped it?
Yeah, that scream.
It cleared the
Yeah.
stuff out.
Uh-huh.
It might have, I don't know. I've been having problems with allergies, I don't know, off and on. They really ain't that bad, but they seem like they're getting worse. Cause for the past probably 2 months or so, I've been getting a lot of what I think are sinus headaches because I know I wake up and my nose is stopped up and this, that, and the other. So I think they're getting worse. That's so weird because when I first saw you guys, I was thinking about how much you looked like my friend named April. Where are you from? Because I was raised in Wilkes County. We live in Jonesville now, but I was from Trap Hill. Went to school North High and all that. Your son's in the house.
Well, hello, Mr. Billy.
Glenn, bah ha ha, Glenn whipping around in the side by side.
I tried a little bit, but I couldn't get it to do like I wanted it to.
I don't know why, but that was really, really slick out there yesterday.
Yeah. I was hoping I could get it to start doing complete donuts, but it'd go halfway around and stop.
Stevie said, boy, them meat birds don't look much from being bigger than your turkey. They really don't.
They're bigger than what a lot of people grows their turkeys.
That ain't no junk. Addicted to diving said, and I was actually supposed to be named April, but my mom changed it when she found out our neighbor was naming her daughter April. Mama actually thought about naming me April Dawn, but she didn't. She named me April Lynn instead. But I like my name. Whenever I was going to school, there wasn't any Aprils. Billy said side by side, only two-wheel drive.
No, it's 4-wheel drive. I actually, at one time, I had to reach up there and hit the button to get took back off. It wouldn't even move out of its tracks.
Turbocharger on the Dodge Ram.
Now, I've been thinking about that now.
Red said, I legally changed my name 6 to 8 years ago, the first, middle, and last. I went back to my maiden name, Long. I know my mama done that too. She went back to her maiden name. Her and Daddy didn't, they still don't get along. Well, Mama would with Daddy, but Daddy went with Mama, so she said, you ain't gonna be calling me Coddle. He's seen the scoop on the blue Dodge. He said no turbocharger, just forced air on the scoop.
Hmm.
That's
And that
it.
is actually a working hood scoop on it.
Yep, it really
It,
is.
it pipes right down into the intake or the air filter.
That's the first one I've ever seen like that.
Yeah, I was coming in on the truck one night, come by a car lot on the way home. Woke her up when I got home, told her I should get me up early in the morning. I got to go look at a pickup. And we got up and went down there. She was fussing all the way down there. You don't need another pickup, this, that, and the other. And I pulled in down there and she seen it. She didn't say another word.
It was rather pretty. Oh man. Billy says nice. Addicted to diving said there wasn't any Jenny's when I went to school either. Still 58. Nice to have you in the
Well,
house.
howdy.
Seen my first Bigfoot a couple weeks ago. Live up here in Colorado.
Ooh, you up there in the cold weather. We complaining about it being cold here.
Pathways Homestead. Hello from
Well,
Kansas.
hey.
Hello. Nice to have you guys in here. And if I had seen a Bigfoot, I'd be bald because every bit of my hair would have fell out right there on the spot. I might have still been frozen in the same spot. I don't know.
Probably.
Billy Joe, policies are please. Billy Joe says, I bought a Subaru WRX with turbo 225 horsepower. Snapped my head back when I put the pedal to the floor. My first charged car. This youngin' here had a Roadrunner, and that thing would absolutely fly. I mean,
It'd run
fly.
faster than what it could hold to the ground.
Yep.
It'd leave the ground with you.
Whenever he bought it, the guy told him that the previous owner had it in the Arizona salt flats running it, and at 210 miles an hour, he had to back out of it because it started airlifting. And I mean, that thing would fly. He took me for a few rides in that.
But now I bought talking about turbocharged, went to a lot one day and they had a '89 Chrysler LeBaron sitting there that nobody would buy. It was a 4-door car with a 5-speed transmission. This was in '90. So, everybody back in, 4-door, they wanted it automatic. And I got a heck of a deal in the car. But we was test driving it and she was over there begging me to take it back to the lot and not get it.
Because I knew how you were.
We
He took me down 77, was running 125 miles an hour in third gear.
And it's 5-speed.
I outrun a Mustang from stoplight to stoplight in it.
Hmm.
He taught me a few things.
I didn't teach you that crap. I
Yeah,
told
you
you never to
did.
do that stuff.
We started dating when I was 13, so everything I learned from him.
Uh-uh. Uh-uh. I've never wore a set of brake shoes out in a year on a vehicle.
Red said I changed my name because my ex-husband kept harassing me. That's awful. He wanted to come home after leaving for over 8 years, and I had no idea where he was. I would have done like you, and I'd have told him you wasn't here for 8 years, didn't
Yep.
care, so you don't care now.
So you can go back where you been at.
Yep. Billy Joe said, "You get snow, we got sun. Fair trade."
No, I want the sun.
Every time it starts getting winter or starts becoming winter for about 2 months, he keeps saying, "I don't want it to get cold. I don't want it to get cold."
I'm ready for it to get warm.
He don't even mind the high heat. I do. My
Yeah.
body can't take the high heat.
And it used to be the other way around.
Oh yeah, and Paula, in that video where your cat was fetching, I was going to tell you this other night and I forgot. It sounds like he or she is talking to you like Radar does to me. Radar will talk all the time. And addicted to diving. Oh, Paula, I used to have a cat who would do that, talking about the fetching.
Yeah, we need to ask Paula a question about her comment.
Glenn's trying to figure out what you mean. I think I know, but you can tell him. And Red said he just disappeared in the middle of the night. That's awful. That is so awful. I don't see why people can't stand up for what they do. I mean, if my life affects his life, and if I'm going to leave, he's going to know about it. I'm gonna say no, 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 no.
Yeah, that's about the way you done that time. I
I'm
shouldn't have
leaving.
went
No,
and
no,
got.
no, no, no.
I shouldn't have went come over and brought you back home, huh?
Yeah.
Left you over there.
Still 58 said I was scared for sure. I've watched a bunch of Bigfoot things, and because I never was really a believer, and then they got to putting out these videos where you could actually hear them hollering or see their handprints on the side of cars, or where they was throwing stuff at people's houses, or the big handprints on the windows, and I was like, hmm.
I've been trying to turn into one.
You got a pretty good hurry start. But Billy Joe was talking about your car and said, "Holy."
Hmm.
And Paula said, "This cat of mine is something else, LOL." And she really is. She's so pretty. I just pocketed the ball again because she just won't stop. Hot Rod says, "You poor thing."
Mm,
Addicted to diving is in California. I've always thought California would be a pretty place to visit. And I know, according to a lot of videos and everything, it's beautiful, but I just don't think I could handle the earthquakes. I'd be afraid I'd wind up in the ocean.
well, part of it too is according to where you at out there. There's some areas it's just pretty much all farmland, and
But like where
which to me
Matt
that's
was
the best.
driving
Yeah,
along Highway 1, that is some pretty scenery. That
Highway
is
One's over
beautiful.
here.
He said it was Highway 1 in California, and it's right
Hmm.
along the coast, said the coast of California. And I
Hmm.
mean, curvy road, but you could see the ocean. It was just beautiful.
I don't know. I guess I was over that far.
No, I think you
I've been
left.
I've been all up and down through there,
Oh,
but
I thought you meant his video. I'm sorry.
no, talking about the highway.
And addicted to diving says it doesn't get cold here. What's the coldest y'all ever get down to, or usually get down to in the wintertime, addicted to diving? Paula said she talks and talks sometimes. I know Radar. All I got to do is start talking to him, and he'll just start. He's done that for a long time. He'll come in the house, and I'll say, "Radar, what you doing in the house?" He'll go, "Huh?"
Now, Northern California gets snow and cold.
Yeah, well,
Southern California don't.
where Matt was at in that
Oh,
place, it was snow everywhere. I can't even remember where it was at. Where did I tell you he's at? You remember?
nope.
He tried to play the pity card, and he was dying of prostate cancer. I told him not to worry. He wouldn't he wouldn't miss much. You're so funny. But that's still, I mean, all he wanted is somebody to take care of him, and he'd done left you like that. That's just. And Paula says, "What, Glenn?"
Hmm?
I think she's talking about where he said you wasn't gonna come pick me up.
Oh,
And Red says, "Your cat Paula is a hoot. She really is. She's just so pretty." Billy said, "Never broke 109 miles per hour. Governor screamed at me. 109 mile per hour in a Hyundai accent. 500 miles on the car engine. So since it was broke in 110 mile per hour piece of tin, it drifted side to side, not meant for that kind of speed.
I bet not. That's like driving a go-kart about 70 mile an hour, ain't it?
No doubt.
Open wheel go-kart.
Uh-huh. I know whenever you get in an Arctic cat and you're going down the road and you're running about 40 miles an hour, boy, your wheels are pretty tricky. Paula said she's swatting me and trying to get me to give it back to her right now. That's so funny. And Red said, "Aw, she's sweet, wants to play." They love playing. They love playing and love being petted. And Paula says, "I've been on that highway too, mostly just above the middle of the state on down to Mexico."
Okay. Most time when I was out there, I pretty much stayed interstate. I had to get off and, go out to a couple of farms out there a time or two, and then down in the city a couple of times. But
Billy says Western Cali is pretty. Little desert like, hills and big rivers. Looks up to Shasta, California. Or look up Shasta, California.
alrighty. I know where your aunt and cousin lived out there in Barstow. It was pretty much just desert.
What, the side beside you run 10,000?
Huh?
Billy says, what, the side beside. Oh, what, the side beside run you 10,000? No, we didn't give 10,000
No,
for that.
I
We
couldn't
bought it
afford it nowhere
used.
near that.
And they wasn't getting that. We
We
couldn't
went and
afford
looked at
that.
some new ones, and we finally found one down there for around about 10,000. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 9 something, wasn't it? Just right under 10. It would have probably been over 10 by the time everything done. But I
She,
just couldn't afford that. Our little farm won't pay for stuff like it.
no. And shoot, some of them you can go buy a car and give as much for a brand new car as what you give for one of them. And we
Yeah,
didn't
that
need that much. We got a tractor for that big of a thing.
that one down there I really liked, but she didn't really like it. It had tractor tread tires all the way around it, and there's about it's almost waist high, wouldn't they? To
Yeah.
me, that thing somebody had fixed that and up nice, and it wasn't all that bad though for all the stuff that had been done on. What was it? They was wanting about 9,000,
I think it was not some over 9.
some over 9.
Red said I found out he wasn't dying at all. He was full of it, just wanted pity, something I wasn't giving. And I don't blame you. I wouldn't have neither. Somebody done me like that, need to just go on with your way, 'cause I don't need you and you don't need me no more.
Yeah, if she done me like that and come back hollering that, and she told me she'd dying, I looked at her and tell her, say, "Well, you've been gone for 8 years. I ain't getting involved to get disappointed again. Just go on."
You would turn me away.
You know I would if you'd been gone for 8 years. You left and didn't tell me where you was going, where you been.
No doubt. I wouldn't expect you to. Red said I was armed with insults for him, though. Well, that's good because he deserved every one he got and then some.
Hmm.
That's mean to do somebody like that. I don't see how anybody can treat another human being that way. Addicted to diving says Paula, she is hyper. Did you give her catnip or something? That's funny. Paula says no, that's just her. She's obsessed.
That sounds like a couple of your cats.
Yeah, that's just like Squirrely. I I'm telling you, I walked out of the house one day and had my pocketbook, drink, car keys. I don't know, both my hands was full, and I started down the steps, and here that cat come and caught me. I had a hoodie on, caught me on top of my hoodie and down here on my shirt, and its whole body was stretched across my face, and I couldn't see nothing. Couldn't get it off of me, nothing. Cause every time I go outside, Squirty thinks I gotta pick him up in my arms and pet him and carry him around. And there's some days I just ain't got time to do that.
I hear you, Billy.
Red says catnip can also calm hyper cats. It just depends on the cat. Oh, I didn't know that. I thought
I
it
thought it was
always.
supposed to all cats.
Well, catnip's supposed. I always thought was supposed to. I always thought it was like humans smoking pot.
I always thought it was supposed to help relax a cat, keep them from being so hyperactive.
I didn't know that. Everybody always said catnip was like humans on pot. I don't know. Paula said the cat is my mama reincarnated.
Mhm.
Red, she is an absolute being that knows exactly what she wants and does everything she can to make sure you know she wants it. It's funny. That can be very persuasive. Addicted to Diving said, "Oh, I didn't know that." Billy says, "BTW, I say dying every day until my wife makes my coffee, then I quit or quiet down and smile."
Mhm.
We don't drink much coffee. He's always got Diet Dr. Pepper, and everybody loves Paula's cat. Addicted to Diving says, "Oh, she don't want you to leave." That's probably true because I'm telling you, as soon as I start out the back door, she's climbing up me, or he's climbing up me. It's actually a boy cat, but he's very persistent. Paula said, "Me too, but she is too smart for her own britches, though."
Mhm.
They can be that.
Mhm.
Cause he comes out, they're always around me, and he's always having to shoo them away because they won't move. They just didn't look at him.
No,
Billy
they
said,
stand and look at her. She's there trying to talk to him real nice, like telling him to get out of the way. And I'll be standing down there with my hands full of stuff, needing to get something done, and I get mad at him.
he does. And Billy Joe, we know what we're going to send you for your birthday. We're going to send you a cat. Actually,
No,
about 3
a
of them.
case of them.
We know how you love cats, right?
This is all her idea, Billy.
Oh me.
She's talking about that the other day that she's gonna rig the giveaway so you could win it, and she's gonna send you a case of cats.
Let's see. Billy says, "What's the chances of getting rescue farm animals for our farm? Is there a demand?" There's a lot of places. Uh, I think the Dodo. I think they're in South Carolina, and they rescue a lot of farm animals. So a lot of
You
places says there is.
I'm not really sure about all that stuff, what kind of requirements you have to meet or anything, but I'd say go to the Humane Society and talk to them, and they could probably give you a lot of good information.
Yep. Or either go to the Dodo or and start asking them questions because I know they went and rescued. They drove 1,400 miles, I think it was, to rescue 2 baby calves. And I know a lot of their animals on their farm supposed to be rescue animals, but they might could give you some information. Paula said she had a cat that threw up at the smell of catnip. I'd have thought all cats love catnip.
I did too, but I.
Red, Red, Red said humans on pot would be relaxed, so I heard.
Yeah, I can get back at you now.
Oh me, Hot
That's about
Rod.
like y'all talking about me not knowing how to or knowing how to make moonshine when I don't.
Hot Rod says catnip tea is good for you too. I didn't know that either.
Ah,
Not could put it in a cat's water. Red says actually sometimes the animal rescue places have farm animals that need to be rescued. I know there's a lot of people who does farm rescue animals. I didn't know what I was involved in it.
well, we had that horse that time that came off of a rescue.
Yeah, we actually rescued one time. It was this old horse that they was going to send to the glue factory. We felt sorry for him, and I'm telling y'all, all of our horses was fat except for this one, and you could see every rib. And we tried everything to get this horse to fatten up. And somebody called the
Well, I know who called.
yeah, I do too.
A
But
neighbor out the road out here, she was mad because I had horses too, and well, actually, I had her farm that she used to own released, and she was calling in on everything she could find out. And they told me that even though all my horses was fat, they got called one more time. They was coming after all my horses, so I loaded him up and took him off, give him to a boy.
Paula said, "Yes, ma'am. They are relaxed at Kiss My Grass Acres. I will attest to that." Addicted to diving. My son wants a cat so bad. He's been asking me for a while.
When you coming to North Carolina, we'll
Yeah,
load
I
your
wish,
car up.
because we've got several that would just love to be sitting here and petted all the time or played with all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I've got one and it's named Black Booty. It's a girl, it's black all over, and instead of Black Beauty, I named it Black Booty. But she's got fangs that come down. Her fangs are so long, they're about this far from the end of her chin. And she can't never get them all in her mouth. They're always out there. They've actually grown a bunch in the last few months. I've never seen a cat with fangs that long either. Paula says, "Hey, where is Ducky, by the way?" I don't know who Ducky is. Do you know who Ducky is?
Yeah,
Okay.
he didn't make it. He got sick, and we couldn't get nothing
Oh,
done for him.
the one, yeah.
Yeah.
I hated that. I mean,
Good
he
evening,
got
Stevie.
sick.
You have a good night.
Yes, Stevie, you have a good night. But he did. He got sick one day. We was out there actually that evening, got to milking, and he just was just laying there. I mean, we'd been playing and everything, and he got sick, and I went and took and wrapped him up in a bunch of stuff like t-shirts and stuff to help keep him warm. And the next morning, he was gone. I mean, we couldn't find him nowhere. So I'm assuming, unless he fibbed to me,
No, I didn't lie to you.
because he knows how I get over animals, period. But especially, I mean, Billy says, "Do not send cats. They'll end up General Tso's chicken."
They need to go somewhere, Billy.
Oh me. He used to always tell me, because him and his daddy don't like Chinese, and they always told me,
I
"Well,
can't stand the
whenever you're
smell of
eating
that stuff.
Chinese, you're eating cats." I said, "Well, if it's cats, it's good."
That ain't what I'd always heard. It wasn't cats, it was rats.
Yeah,
Now they're
I'd
all
heard that
hollering
one too.
cats. But I don't know. And you know that you proved that to yourself that I could smell that Chinese food.
Yep, you proved it to me.
I kept telling her, I could tell her when she'd been to eat Chinese food and come in, and she'd look at me and tell me I was lying.
We got 14 in here.
And one night I come in
Hello,
off with the truck,
everybody.
and she had went and got Chinese food that day and eat some of it and put it in the refrigerator. As soon as I walked in the door, I told her, I said, "You been to eat Chinese food?" She said, "No." No, it was the day before when you went and got it, wasn't it?
Yeah,
And you put the rest in the refrigerator. So she
and
went
then
over there
warmed
and
it
got it
up.
out of the refrigerator and throwed it out the door because I could smell it in the house.
I love Chinese, but the only thing is if it's got the um, yeah,
You
you're
sticking
pulling
to
my
me.
hair. Yep, the MSG in it, it just makes my heart fly like crazy. So I have to get Chinese or anything without MSG. And Billy said 30 acres should be plenty infrastructure, or 30 acres should be plenty with infrastructure. Talking about the farm animals and stuff, I think.
Mm-hmm.
What
Is
type
that
of
what
cat
you
are you
getting up
hoping
there in
for? Wild,
Virginia is 30
relaxed,
acres?
lazy living, and calm, or somewhere in between? Getting started on homesteading. Hello, good evening.
Howdy,
So glad to
howdy.
have you in here. Thank you. Addicted to Diving says, "A friendly cat, a lap cat, they're the best cats."
Well, I thought Stevie was leaving a while ago. Now he's in there talking again.
Did you think he said goodnight?
I thought he said good evening.
He did right there.
Uh-huh.
Red says, "I don't drink at all, only alcohol." We have here. Oh, okay. It's for medical uses, like for our toothache meds. That's the way we are. We don't. We've got alcohol here, but it's all for like cough medicine or stuff like that.
Now, sometimes I might take me a shot before I go to bed
It
just to
actually,
relax me.
yeah, and it actually helps his stomach, but
Yeah,
he
I
don't.
actually had a doctor to tell me to do that, but actually, doctor told me to do it every day, no matter what, whether I felt like it or not.
Yep, said
And
it's actually really good for you.
I just don't want it that much.
And Paula's telling addicted to
There's
diving
another new one down there,
where
down at bottom, second one up, third one up.
Joan Spence, hello. Thank you. She said
New
new subscriber
subscriber.
from North Carolina. It's
Well, what part of
awesome.
North Carolina?
Yes,
We might be close neighbors.
exactly. But it's really good to have you in here with us.
Yes, it is. And you in time to get on the board for our giveaway coming up.
Yep. Oh, she's telling addicted to diving about it being critical as far as picking out a cat. I have never seen a cat with long fangs. I've never either until this cat. I mean, I'm serious. None of my other cats are like that or nothing.
The American Wonder, howdy.
Nice to have you in here.
I think I said hello to you earlier today.
And we don't drink. We don't drink either. Our alcohol is used for relaxation,
You done read that?
meditation. No, this is from Billy
Oh.
Joe and sleep aid.
Mm,
Paula says, "Oh shucks, dang it." And addicted to diving says, "My neighbor has a calico and a tuxedo. They are so cute. I've got several calicos. I've got one that looks almost like Paula's. Her name's Fancy. She's just not got as much white on her. She's more calicoed all over." Stevie said he was still here. And Paula said, "That's it, Billy Joe. I'm going to see you have 100 cats on that property of yours." Well, let me send him about 10 or 15, Paula.
the way that the girls out here and all them tomcats running around acting, it's probably gonna be more than that.
Red says, "We have 4 cats, 3 dogs, and all of them get along." Well, most of the time, now I've seen a few dogs that absolutely hated cats, but most of the time, whenever they're together, they love one another.
Well, I guess we've wound up with 3 dogs and 25, 30 cats.
We ain't got that many. We don't. Billy
There's so
says
many
rat
out there, it's
meat
hard
is
to drive.
fine. Yeah, they all run in front of you. Billy Joe says rat meat is fine. Buttermilk meat's all the same, just like mature steak or miniature steaks. I don't know about that. I just don't know if I can handle eating a rat, especially not knowing it. Red says our animals will rub against each other or lick each other on the head. Yeah, mine does too. They actually do that really sweet. And I know Squirrely and some of them's real bad to come walking and they'll try to rub against my legs as I'm walking, but then they turn and come right in front of me and about makes me fall. Getting started on homesteading says, "Here, kitty, kitty, I need Chinese food."
Come on, I'll give you a box full.
Oh, me.
Bring a trailer, we'll load you up.
Okay, addicted to diving says, "How about Tabby?" We got a Tabby too. That's the yellow with the yellow stripes. She's spoilt rotten too. I meant to add getting started homestead is on that good evening comment. Wanderer, the American Wanderer is late but here. That's good you got here before we ended. Jones says I'm between Roxborough and Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Okay. We're up here in Jonesville, which is in about the middle of Winston-Salem, Mallory, and North Wilkesboro. Make a triangle out of it, and we're just about in the middle of that triangle.
Getting started on the homestead says, I like my wine, but my wife said I was whining. Ha ha ha. Oh, me. I don't know which ones are the calmest of all that we've got, because
I don't know, but you get way behind in the
yeah,
comments.
they
Those
just
people coming in.
all love us, or all love to be petted, and I don't know. The calicos are probably more flighty. Now, a gray tabby is the fullest friendly. Red says they all have different personalities. Joan says my cat is better than a watchdog. She growls when someone shows up and that she don't know. LOL. We used to have a watch cat too. She was part Himalayan and part Siamese, and she could be mean when she wanted to. She wasn't ever mean to me and him really, but anybody else, she would be mean.
No, she weren't real quick. I wouldn't have taken nothing off of her.
Billy Joe said, I will use cats like ceramic shooting pucks.
Hmm. That was way up the line.
Paula says it isn't always about the breed so much, but the baby doll cats, I can think that breed names at the second, but they are the calmest.
I don't know about them.
Me either. I never heard of them. We have a neighborhood tabby who's the friendliest cat I've ever come across. Paula says mine too. I like black cats. That's what Black Booty is. She's solid black with just like 3 white hairs on her chest, and that's it.
Oh, I thought that was
Russian
one that was completely black.
Red said Russian blue are sweet but hyper. I know we've got some that was called African Greys, or I think they're African Greys. We got some with short hair and long hair, but we give one of my cousins one of the short hairs, and they said she was
That's what you said.
German Grey or Russian Grey. I
Uh,
think she said German Grey is what the vet told her.
and it might have been German blue.
Johnson, mine is dark gray.
Hmm.
And Red says, hit the thumbs up, please. Please do, guys. We really need it.
Yep.
Paula says, I know where that's at.
Why is Paula taking her own messages off?
I don't know. Are you
Paula, what
drinking
are
your
you saying
wine?
by bad there now?
Yeah. Are you drinking your wine tonight?
That's gonna be bad. She puts herself in timeout.
And yeah. And Joan said she meant Roseboro.
Okay.
His name is Tiger because he looks like one, but he's not orange. We had a tiger too. And Red says, I have a black cat, 2 calicos, and a Russian blue. Dick Diving said he, and then you got Paula's. My cat is. Dick Diving says, I grew up with cats. I always grew up with dogs, and I absolutely love dogs, but our neighbor set out a pregnant cat up in the barn, and I felt sorry for her because whenever I seen her, she was so poor, and started feeding her, and we went from no cats to what we've got. What?
Getting started on the homestead. Are you gonna make a video of that?
Have to go milk my rabbit. Good night, everybody. Haha, later. Good night. Getting started on the
Yep. But
homestead.
make a video of that so we can watch it.
Yep, we really do want to see you milk a rabbit. And Addicted to Diving said, we used to have a Russian blue. I miss that cat. I said I couldn't see getting started on the homestead, but then I realized April is reading way out of order, LOL, so I removed it. I'm sorry, I was trying to go straight down the list.
She gets way behind.
Where's the thing that you refresh at?
Refresh what?
I don't know, just where you can start everything over. I don't know if it makes a difference.
No.
Paula said, okay, so I removed it. And then Red says, my parents hates cats. I was never allowed to have one, but my sister moved back home and brought 3 of them. Well, I guess she showed them.
I'd say.
Billy says, how big is the homestead or farm acres?
Here,
We're all the animals. What all? What are all the animals you own in general?
see, here, Mom and Daddy bought 18 acres, and my brother bought 10 acres beside of it. And I'm pretty much doing all of it on both of these farms. And then the neighbor out here's got about a 5 acre grass field that I'm doing in hay. So I don't know. That's what.
Well, there's 28 plus acres altogether.
Yeah, but then you got to take off for the houses and stuff
Yeah,
here. And
but probably
yeah,
25.
yeah, I'm probably looking at about 20, 25 acres of open land right now.
And we've got big bulls, little bulls, cows, calves, turkeys, guineas,
Goats,
goats, chickens,
pigs.
pigs, dogs, and cats. I think it's all of them. We got a bunch. I think we're feeding about 100 or so, if not more.
That's after we thinned down some.
Yep,
From back yonder at one time, we had over 100 chickens.
yep. Kiss my Red says she's got 3. Paula says no, it's okay, dear. Don't worry. Okay. Thank you, Paula. I'm glad you understand me. Red said they have 3 acres.
Just cause I understand her, but just cause I disagree with her don't mean nothing.
No, he can't help but be mean every once in a while.
I try.
Paula said she has 2 city plots. Billy says, do you have to buy feed?
Yeah, do on
Sometimes.
some of it.
Yeah.
I've got a cousin's got a bunch of chicken houses, and whenever they clean out, I get lucky every once in a while and get to save a lot of money on some feed for a while.
Yeah, but then there's times that you don't get but just a little. So,
Yeah,
I
or
mean,
none.
it's, yeah.
It could come up and not even get none. So
So it's hit and miss. Red says, what is a city plot? I'm born and raised a country girl and have no idea. Paula says, being mean is my middle name. That should be in his first, last, and middle name.
just call me mean, huh?
Yeah, because you mean all the time.
Mm-mm.
No, he's not. I gotta pick on him. He's a pretty good feller when he's asleep, not having bad dreams, that is.
Hey, I ain't never beat you up in my sleep.
Yeah, you have. You've hit me in the eye.
I ain't been hitting you and beating you in the chest, so
No, you ain't done that yet. And I know I did do you that way.
yeah, you woke me up.
Yep. And Paula said, so I have my house and the land it sits on, and I have the plot next to me that does not have a house on it, just my RV. That's sort of like Weedham and Reap, where they've got their house and then the back lot where another house should sit, and that's where their farm is, right? Billy Joe said, I'd love to design a system for myself where I have excess food and never have to buy feed. 30 acres should produce enough. If you're going to do cows, honest to goodness, strip grazing is the best way to do it because it's just better for your grass, better for your land, better for your cows, and it does produce more grass.
Well, it's not even just for cows, any animals. The
Well,
more you
yeah,
can keep them
any.
rotated helps the land more.
It really does.
And it's according to how many animals you want, how much 30 acres is clear, tendable land, and all that. But yeah, you could, if you do it right, 30 acres. I'm not really sure what they counted up there in Virginia. But you could probably run, if it was all cleared off and grassed in, you could run probably about 10 head of cattle on it year round.
Happy Inches Little Homestead, hello. Thanks for coming
Hey,
in. Glad you joined. Back up here. Billy, okay, that one.
our,
Red said she's a good girl.
our, okay.
I don't know if I know you funny, and I think you're a sweet person.
Huh?
Red said I'm a good girl. Cause you're mean.
Uh-huh. That's what she says. Always told me. She says, I'm a good girl. You can marry me.
Oh me.
And I woke up one day, a day or two after I married her, and realized she'd been lying to me.
Yeah, right. You made it through the first 6 months. You done knew all the bad.
I'm glad I don't have to go through that again.
I'm telling y'all, we dated forever. And when we moved in together, oh man, the first 6 months was so awful. We fought and we fought and we fought. And this man dearly loves pizza, and he sent pizza selling down the hall after me one night. And I always said if anybody could make it through the first year, you got it knocked. Which I've recently been showed that was a fib.
Yeah, a lot of people make 20, 30, 40 years and then split
Yeah.
up. So.
Paula says I haven't watched them, but it sounds like the same. I say plot, but Weedham and Reap is sweet. I mean they just the mama actually looks as young as the kids. I always thought I mean she really does. She looks young. Billy says we want chickens and a few goats. I
Yeah,
think
you should be good. And if you run your chickens right in behind your goats, they help refertilize and everything too. Helps keep the pests down. Uh, 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 uh,
flies
well, that's
get
the
control of
pests.
the fly larvae.
But well, I don't think fly larvae is bad with goats as it is with cattle.
Oh no.
But they really help your soil a lot.
I'm sorry, I was yawning.
That's what we're doing out here right now is trying to reestablish pasture land with the chickens.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm telling you, even though it's the middle of February, that pasture is green.
The pasture I've got had them in since I started that last summer has grown better this winter than I have seen it in the past summers.
And Billy said 10 head equal just 10 cattle.
Yeah.
And Paula said, no, I'm not. Thank you, Paula.
No, you're not what?
Mean.
You want her to come and live with you a while so you can find out?
And Happy Inches Homestead says it's Mary Carter. I'm sorry, Mary. I forgot that from the first time.
I can't remember names, so you'll have to look over me.
Yep. Red says LOL Paula. Billy Joe says Glenn. She been lying to me. Ha ha ha. Everybody's saying hey to
Yep.
Mary. And Red says, I always have said, what can a woman in a wheelchair do to get into trouble? Maybe you shouldn't answer that, LOL. I bet you could figure out
Yeah.
several ways of getting in trouble.
Yeah, leave it to a woman, then figure out how to get in trouble.
Yeah,
Or a woman can figure out how to get a man in trouble. I'll put it like that.
ain't no lie.
So you agreeing with me?
Yep.
Oh my goodness, my head swelled from that.
Uh huh. Because you can get in trouble and don't even mean
Yeah, I can be asleep and get in
to.
trouble.
I'm telling you, he had drove a truck, this certain 18 wheeler, for over 3 years. I was in there cleaning it up one day.
No, I hadn't had it that long. I had it about 6 months before you get ready to
No,
talk
you
about.
had it
Yeah, I
longer
had.
than that.
No, it was right after we got back together. I hadn't had the truck that long.
But anyway, I was in there vacuuming, and underneath one of the drawers was pouring movies. And I was like, "What are you doing with these? They ain't mine." I said, "And you've drove this truck for how long? And this ain't yours?"
She went in there and pulled the drawers out of the cabinet,
And was vacuuming the carpet under them.
and I
How
told her,
many
I said,
girls does that?
I didn't do it. They wouldn't know, I didn't know they was under there.
Oh man! And then I found a pair of thongs in the truck that we'd
The
had
pickup.
forever that said Kelly's Bar and Grill or something on them. They was pink and black, and somebody wrote "I love you" on them. And I said, "Mm-hmm. Whose are these?"
And I looked at her and said, "You'll have to tell me. You the one been driving my truck.
They wasn't me in thongs.
It don't matter. You the one driving it. I was driving the big truck. You've been driving my pickup to work." So I couldn't
Oh
tell you
man.
whose they was. But the
Oh.
truck had a. Later on, I was cleaning it up, washing it, and waxing it. And when I waxed down the side, you could see where it had
Kelly.
Kelly's had a
Guys,
sticker
I'm
on it
sorry. I'm
sometime or another for
tired.
Kelly's.
I don't mean to be interrupting by yawning, but I am. I'm tired. I've been sleepy all day. Paula said, I worked a dairy farm from 11 to 13 years of age that had 350 to 400 head at any given time. That's a bunch.
Yep. I had never worked on a what you said dairy farm.
And Mary said, no worries. Thank you for the warm welcome. We're just really glad to have everybody. Y'all just
Yes,
don't know how much
everybody.
y'all mean to us. Y'all making YouTube a whole lot easier.
Yep.
A whole lot easier. And Red said, it's funny people who has known me for years seem to forget I'm in a wheelchair. Well, that says a lot for you because if
Yep.
people can look at you and not see that, then that says a lot about your personality and your character. And I don't think of you that way. I mean, I ain't been around you much, but you're just so funny, you just don't think about it.
That's one thing that I always think about when watching Jared Crocker on there and everything. He kind of puts it plain and simple. You let your disabilities limit you to what you want to do.
Yep.
So I mean, if you decide you want to do something, you can most time figure out a way of getting it done.
I mean, I know my mama tells me all the time, April, you need to stay in the house and let him get that feeding done because my feet and stuff are so bad. And I'm like, well, one, mama, that'd make me feel bad. But two, if I just give up and don't go help him or anything else, then that's going to hurt me worse than me getting out there trying to go. I mean, it really will. And Billy says, I told my wife 10 cattle on 30 acres of green grass hayfields. They eat a lot, rotate on plots.
Yep.
You're exactly right.
Need to kind of make you daily paddocks about what you know that they'll eat, so that they'll mow it down pretty good, and then you move them every day, and it gives you, what was it they said you needed, 16 pallets or something for
16 paddocks.
16 paddocks. That don't sound right though, because I know there's a lot of them
I
says
don't
you need to let the
remember.
grass grow for about 8 weeks.
Yep, that's what they recommend because
Yeah.
if your grass gets down below, what is it, and 2 inches or so,
No, if it starts getting down below
three
about
inches.
6 inches, it starts losing roots.
Well, another thing too, the sun rays can't get to it as good to give it the photosynthesis it needs to
Well, That's
grow.
that's where you got to have the big green leaves up there. That's what gets the sunlight and turns it into sugar for to feed the roots.
Yep, I'm flopped it again.
Turn it this way. Turn it this
Uh-huh. There you go. See, it takes a while.
way. Yeah, it's been in your hands. It's a little slow to the
and
reaction.
and Paula, you're right. It She said Reddit matters none to me if someone is in a wheelchair. If they need help with something, they'll ask. No babying coming from my direction. You're just as capable as I am. Paula says you need to go to bed, girl, and you're not telling a lie. I really do need to go to bed. I don't know. I didn't sleep good last night, and then I got up today, and I was so sleepy. So sleepy, and it's getting worse. I got my belly full. We had some pizza tonight. I made pizza.
Well, if we make it another 10 minutes, that'll be an hour and a half.
Alrighty, well, I might can make it 2 minutes without
Oh,
falling
yeah.
over. Red said I had a boyfriend forget one night that I was in this chair. He got out when we got home, walked up to the house and stared at me. Then realized I needed my chair. That makes you feel good. I mean, seriously. And Red says he left me stranded for about 3 minutes.
That sounds like something I'd probably do because my mind a lot of times just don't think right.
Thank you, Mary. Mary says you are a sweetheart. That's why we keep coming back.
Thank you.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. I try to treat people the way I'd like to be treated. And I think everybody should do that. And Paula said maybe they meant 16 paddock, 16 days per head. It was Joe Saladin. He's the
Yeah,
best
there's you.
person in the whole wide world to go watch any videos on because
He's
he's
up there in
doing,
Virginia.
yep, he's doing pasture poultry, pasture pigs. He's got his cows
Cattle.
on rotation. They're doing something with forestry. He's even got a big old barn that he's turning mulch out of, with the cows being in it first part
That's
and the
winter.
pigs the second part. Yep.
He puts his cows in there in the fall of the year and on deep bedding and keeps that in bedding all winter, and then he'll turn the hogs loose in there in the spring of the year and let them turn it into compost.
Paula says, I know you've been up late for several days, and yes, I
Yep.
have. We actually went to bed at 11 one night, but that's the earliest we've been to bed, and I don't know when.
Yeah, I think it's about 4 this morning when I went to
Yeah, it
bed.
really was. It's 4 o'clock. Glenn said, you know it's 4 o'clock? I said, no. I did this morning when I had to get up.
Me too.
Billy said 10 minutes.
Mhm.
And Marie's give
That
us
was
a heart. And
4 minutes ago.
yeah, Billy says we're going to Joe's farm this July. Who's Joe's farm? Do you know?
That might be Joe Salatin. I think that's when he's
That's
having his thing, and
yep, yep, yep,
I'd
yep,
I'd love to be able to try to go to it.
yep. I think I'll make him go. And Red said she'd be right back.
Well,
And
Billy, maybe we can get together then and meet up there somewheres and just ease on up through there together.
Billy Joe's giving us a
Yeah, I
countdown.
know it. I done seen that.
Oh
All
man,
righty now.
we'll team up, he says.
All righty.
And he said 7. You're so funny, Billy. And I've been telling him to call you, and I promise tomorrow I'm gonna strap him down and call you and hold the phone up to his head.
Well, we sent him a message. Want to know when was the best time to call him?
Yeah, but I don't know if you've seen it or not.
Oh, well, you might have a point there.
Uh-huh.
I just hate calling somebody during the time that they might be really busy.
Free tomorrow. You want to talk solar?
All righty.
So the number that we got is okay to call you tomorrow, right? Paula said he doesn't look at his Facebook messages, lol. And Billy said
Yeah.
yes, that would be fun.
All righty.
But I understand that because I mean I've been on Facebook a little bit more here lately, but most of the time I hardly ever get on Facebook.
I've tried to open me up a new page the other day on my Facebook, but they wouldn't let me have it on account of my email address.
Really?
Yeah. Said I already had an account existing with that email address, so I may have to make me a different email address and
That's what it sounds
start
like you're
all
gonna have
over
to
again.
do. Yep. Paula says get a new email.
I was trying to find one of my magazines that had my name and address on it because they told me I could use if I had a magazine, I could take a picture of it and send to them. But I think I threw them all away here a while back.
Yep, I'm pretty sure we did. I think they done in
Done went up in
burn.
smoke.
Yep. Sure enough.
Well, people, if y'all could share us out to everybody that you know, tell them about us getting ready to get this giveaway, and hopefully we'll make this thing grow a little better, a little quicker.
And actually, Paula, our utility bill, I've went paperless on it. So
Well, it wouldn't have the right name, no way. No, it wouldn't
okay.
have the farm name on it.
No, it wouldn't have farm name.
That's right.
Sure wouldn't. Billy says 5 minutes. Billy says we're using solar heat tonight.
I hear you.
We're gonna be using heat. It's supposed to be a cold 21 degrees here.
Well, up there, if he's up there in Jonesville, Virginia, it's probably gonna be colder.
Yep.
And if he's still on up yonder, it's gonna even be colder.
Yeah. I need your phone. Billy said, Billy, I'm gonna get this and you can delete it. Where's your phone? Put it in your phone. Hold it.
Oh man. You see it?
Oops. I will call 411. I don't know how I did that. All right, one.
Ain't that the same number I already had?
Yep, it sure does look like it.
Sorry, y'all.
All right, you can go ahead
I
and
got
take
the
that off,
paper to look
Billy.
and see if that was the same number, and she
I'm
said it.
sorry. I was just gonna go ahead and put it in your phone.
Well, he said that number was just gonna be good for a while.
Yep. Paula said we'll
I
send him a
remember all
link to
that.
your channel. And he's still in Boston. That's what I was thinking, because it's going to be what? Thank you, Miss Paula. It's going to be what? April before you're down here, I think? Or in Virginia? He said, I'll delete the number. Billy said, just ring me so I can store you. Good deal.
Alrighty. And
Paula, I got it. I'll message it. Phone is good for 2 more months. And he says 3 minutes.
I think he's trying to keep you on time.
I think so. And we are staying one more month. I'll live April and leaving in May. Okay. For some reason I was thinking you was going to be here in April.
That's something. Are you gonna be going to Jonesville by the time Billy out here becomes daddy? May.
Yep. That's right. That's right. I hadn't thought about that.
Oh.
And Paula said that's a switch, and he says my plans got messed up. That's what I thought. I thought we was talking about April Fool's Day. He said my plans got messed up. I was supposed to be there April 1st. And that's what I was thinking. It was April Fool's Day, but
Yeah,
I
because
wasn't
remember I was
sure.
saying I didn't know whether to believe it or not with Billy Joe and April Fool's Day.
Yeah. Yep. But anyway, guys, we're going to go ahead and scoot off of here. And we're going to be putting out a video soon about our 500 subscriber giveaway thing.
We got to figure out a way of getting everybody's name somehow, too.
Yeah, so Red sent us. Paula said, do I hear vaping? Uh-huh. But
I don't know what you're talking about.
But anyway, we're gonna put a video out on it, and Red, send us the links to the stuff, and we'll talk somehow about doing a collaboration or whatever. Just holler at us. let us know something. But we'll talk about that, like I said, in our next video or our next live stream. Absolutely, we'll have it figured out and let y'all know what we're going to do.
I wouldn't say that. We might go live again before we get it figured out.
But
But we got
anyway,
to soon.
yep. But anyway, guys, thank y'all so much for being in here. We love y'all from the bottom of our hearts. We appreciate y'all so much.
Yep.
So much. Y'all just don't know how much y'all mean to us. But we'll see you in the next one.
Y'all have a good night.
God
Thank you.
bless y'all.
Bye.
Bye.